Food no cops! Food no cops!
For like 14 years.
14 years, yeah.
Give us some goodwill about Food Not Bombs now. What goes on here?
Well, I mean,
a normal time.
Yeah, so a normal week we come out here and set up. Folks help us, unload and set everything up. And if we're shorthanded, for serving the meal, folks jump in and help us out. And we just basically share food with folks, and everybody enjoys chatting with their friends and eating the food and hanging out in the park.
My name is Bethany. I support Food Not Bombs because I think food is a right and not a privilege.
Amen to that.
Earlier this year, I was in this park. I was trying to feed people. I had food that was going to be thrown away. I saved it, and I was going to pass it out to the people that were hungry, and a cop came between me and a hungry person and said I could not do that because it was against the health code. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
They came between you and your bread.
Yeah, he intercepted the bread.
Intercepted the bread. That's good police work here for Sacramento.
Yeah, protecting and serving.
Have you seen any police show up yet? I don't think I've seen anyone yet.
Just that.
How many showed up a couple of weeks ago or last week? What was there here? I've heard different stories.
I would say no more than 20.
20?
Yeah.
20 cops just because you guys were serving food?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, how many would have showed up if you were serving bombs?
God. We're here today to bear witness to His truth. Food is a right. Food is a right. Food is a right. You're in the wrong. Food is a right. Food is a right. Food is a right.
And hurt the people who are hurting the most?
You will not win.
That is so sick and sad.
I also witnessed them taking information from one of the homeless people that was out here and running a background check, and that person started to cry, and the officer was talking to him, and I can tell in the language she was telling him, you either leave this park or I'm going to arrest you. They got their stuff and they got up and left. These are the type of tactics that the police department is using for the homeless and the poor out here.
For people unfamiliar with what happened last week, what we're seeing today is a specific response to that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What ordinance were you trying to enforce at that time? Because I'm asking the question.
Did they feed the homeless last week?
Of course they did.
There you go.
But what ordinance were you?
Did we stop them from feeding the homeless last week?
You made them move. What ordinance?
What
ordinance were you trying to push on them? That's what my question is to you.
And they did.
What ordinance were you trying to push on them?
Because Christina is the liaison and driving force behind the police brutality march and rally that's happening on the 22nd. You should have her talk a little bit about that.
Actually, the police brutality movement is what actually helped me today happen, because I was contacted by PD, who works at Food Not Bombs, and I put the call out to our network of people. And this is what we're doing in our communities, is just stopping the oppression of the police that is criminalizing a generation of human beings. And on October 22nd, we're going to be at the state capitol to demand from our lawmakers some sort of a hearing. We need a congressional hearing on what's happening in our streets with the police killing and brutalizing people. And I was thinking about today what's going on here with the Food Not Bombs. And the police should join us. They should be opposed to enforcing any measures to stop anybody from feeding the homeless or anybody who's in need. And I think that's an abomination.
You're out here supporting one of my favorite organizations of all time, Food Not Bombs. You heard about this whole police coming down here telling them they can't feed people?
I did. It's not.
Crazy.
It's not right.
It isn't.
Yeah, people have basic needs, and food's one of them. And for them to say that they can't eat is not okay.
Flip that around. What do you got on the back of there, Andy?
There we go.
Feeding the hungry is not a crime. We know that Ms. Sheehan supports that. She's on the other side of that.
Yes, she does.
Awesome.
So it's not like we're doing this in particular to do in spite of anybody. You know.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
this happened last week. It happened the week before. It will happen next week. It happened 10 years ago at this very spot. There's all over the world, and None of them asked for permission from anybody to serve a meal, and they come out and serve their meal, whether it's in the Philippines or whether it's in Massachusetts or whether it's in Iceland.
Amen to that, man.
Yeah.
You need to ask God about it. You need to search your soul, talk to God about it. All these Christians in this city need to talk to God about it.
It's a lot of fun. You get to talk to so many different kinds of people with different backgrounds and
beautiful people.
Yeah, and not everybody's fabulous, but I mean, like overall, like you meet so many interesting people, and you get to talk to folks from this different backgrounds. And I love cooking, so
This is like your dream job.
It is, except I don't get paid.
There you go.